and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You are gathered with us for what is finally the finals of Enter the Square
Yes.
Circle
Of the tap or snap
Tap
tournament.
tournament.
That's right. Long overdue. We've missed several weeks, but we are here today live with you to show you the semifinals and the finals of the tap or snap tournament. The winner gets a title opportunity of their choice. They can choose to challenge for any title that they want to challenge for. So we'll be figuring that out in the near future. So without further ado, I will add the video and let's get it on. Oh, hold on. I guess, well, that's good enough. So the first semifinal is Ospreay versus Danielson. The second one is Benoit versus Mankind. And the winner of each will face each other for to name a winner of the tournament.
Who will get a future title shot?
That's right. Oh, my. Danielson already with the. I looked like he was working on a submission move, but he didn't hold the submission long enough. Ooh, big yes kicks right to the stomach of Will Ospreay. And the big boot to the throat. Yeah. Oh, big kick to the small of the back. Danielson wearing out Ospreay at the moment. Ospreay on the offense. Oh, nice combo. Discus forearm. Danielson is down.
You need to implement as much damage to the limbs of Danielson as you can because all of his limbs are weapons.
No doubt. Plus, I mean, if you want to get somebody to submit, you got to inflict damage anyhow, right? So, working on that leg. I'm not totally sure what submission moves Will has, but I'm sure there aren't any he can't do. Oh, second springboard dropkick, standing moonsault.
Ospreay has been leading Danielson by the nose this whole match. Oh, is this it?
Oh, went for the hidden blade. Danielson got out of the way.
And the Tides have. Ooh, I spoke too soon. Oh,
Yeah, Danielson no sold with the kip up. Head to the midsection, over the back.
Ooh. A potential career-ending powerbomb to the outside.
I was going to call it a sunset flip, but yeah, I guess it really is a powerbomb. Oh, that corkscrew kick to the face. Ospreay is in charge at the moment. The short little kicks to the face too. Man. Oh. Another standing moonsault.
Ospreay not wanting to give Danielson any time up.
No. Danielson had a counter with a big knee to the face.
Could this be the first match that ends in a count out?
7. It looked like there was a long pause between 7 and what would have been 8. They had a lot of time for Osprey to drag Danielson into the ring. It looked like. Springboard, second rope springboard. What was that, 450, and he missed it?
Oh, but it tied swing back. Oh, there I go again. Speaking too soon.
Yes, kicks to the midsection of Will Ospreay.
Just back and
Yeah,
forth, these two.
right. As it should be, as you would expect.
I will say
Oh,
Osprey has
the
definitely taken the
triangle.
lead most of the match, but like
Triangle
definitely
choke.
can't
Is
count
Ospreay going to tap
Danielson
out?
out at all.
Ooh, Ospreay gets out, or Danielson let him go. So not totally sure whether it's always a counter or sometimes they just let it go. But oh, here we go again. Oh, another one. I guess this is the other way this time, right? Oh no, Ospreay did it the first time, right? Yeah, it was
Mhm.
Ospreay and Danielson. Danielson taking them both this time. For some reason, I was thinking about it was Danielson that did it the first time, but
It seems like the only thing Osprey hasn't injured is Danielson's arms, and I wouldn't say for lack of trying.
both men back in the middle of the ring. Ospreay scoop slam,
Oof.
stomp to the face. Oh,
Danielson getting a
drop
taste
kick.
of his own medicine.
All right, drop kick to the back of the head and neck. Hold on for just 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Danielson refusing to tap. Oh, oh, this could be it. Oh, nope, nope, rope break. Dragging him closer to the center of the ring, though. Oh, reversal. Oh, Danielson smartly escaping to the outside. Oh, but not smart enough. Ooh.
Osprey to
Oh,
the top rope. Is he going to go over the post?
looks like it.
No!
Ooh,
Into a Hurricane Rana.
I was not expecting a Hurricane Rana.
I was not either.
Ooh, Danielson gets right back up, though.
I know. Danielson's no sold quite a bit of stuff in this match. Very strong style match.
Osprey could put this away right now.
Oh, he's going for it. Here we go. Oh, it's like the belt lock almost. I mean, it's
This could
almost
be it. Beating
Danielson's,
Danielson with his own move.
right?
Oh, no. Oh, countered.
Danielson countered. Osprey tried to go for the knee, and Danielson grabbed him. Oh, big knee to the midsection. What's Danielson going to do here? Oh, big knee to the back of the head off the ring apron. Another one on the outside. This has been a hell of a match.
Yeah, at this point, any solid submission could put
I would
this
think,
whole thing
yeah,
away.
for sure. I'm glad we got to see it once in AEW. I'm disappointed we probably won't get it a second time, but at least we got to see Danielson versus Osprey one time in real life.
Will Ospreay be able to counter out of this? Yes,
Oh,
he
Danielson
will.
misses with the knee. Osprey up.
This
What
could
can he
spell the end for
do?
Danielson here. Oh, what just happened there?
I don't totally know. That was weird, right? I don't know. I'm not totally sure what happened there. Oh, Danielson down. Osprey dragging him into the
Ospreay
middle of
going
the
for it.
ring.
As long as Danielson can't.
Oh,
Oh,
Danielson rolls out of the way. Oh,
oh,
the basement drop
basement
kick to
drop
the
kick.
knee.
Oh,
Right? Just when you think it looks like someone's about to try a submission move and taking advantage that the other person counters
woo!
into a stunner. I don't even know what to call that. That was just a good counter into a stunner. That was insane. What was that, like a disaster kick, essentially, kind of?
Uh, Oz kick, I think.
Yeah. It looked a lot like Cody's disaster kick off the middle rope. Oh, psycho knee.
I mean, Cody got quite a few of his moves from Osprey and Dustin.
So there you go.
I,
Oh, he's going to lock him up. Is Osprey going to submit?
yep, that's it.
Oh, Brian Danielson with the win. I'm not going to call it an upset because it's Danielson, but that's a big win. That's a big win in the
I
semifinals.
I thought Osprey had it with that label lock that he did.
I did too. Yeah, that was a hell of a semifinal match. All
But
right.
Danielson was like, "Hell no, I ain't tapping to the label lock."
Danielson advances. He's our first person to advance to the finals. We'll see who his opponent will be here in just a minute.
I'm
We're
sorry,
going
but
to
that was
have,
better than 3.5.
yeah, I think it was better than 3.5 too. Next, Chris Benoit versus Mankind.
That might have been the match of the tournament right there.
Was definitely very solid. We got two more matches left, so we'll have to see. But at this point, I mean, yeah, I think that's probably safe to say. And we've had some solid matches in this tournament.
Yeah, we have.
So while it gets loaded up, we appreciate you being here, joining us for End of the Square Circle. If you're not subscribed on the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button on this video. It helps a lot. Hit the bell to be notified. That's the best way to make sure that you get notified every time Warcourse puts something out on the YouTube channel. If you're watching us on Twitch, you can follow us on Twitch. Please do so. We appreciate it. Uh, yeah. Thanks for being with us this Sunday morning, bright and early before football starts. Give you a little dose of Enter the Square Circle, and then you can be on your merry way to enjoy your football. Assuming you watch football.
I just noticed Harley Race on here.
You just noticed Harley Race on there? Yeah, I think I downloaded him. He might have been part of the. Like I said, I had to buy the. It was easier to buy the super pack to get Mankind and Eddie Guerrero than it was to try to go through and find the purchasables and do what I had to do to actually get them on the download. So, and
Mm-hmm.
Harley Race might have been part of that. There was like, I want to say there was like 25 guys or more than that was included, and Harley Race might have been one of them. It's possible I might have downloaded them too. I don't know. I downloaded a bunch of guys just when I was doing it too. Guys that we necessarily hadn't used or drafted, but just that I wanted on the game. So, ooh, Mankind rolling out of the way, dropping an elbow on the back of Chris Benoit. Ooh, another elbow.
Mankind's my last guy left.
He is. He is. He is. Which technically is not terrible because both of your guys are champions. You have the world champion and the mid card champion are your guys. So
Hmm.
in theory, if your guy won this, then we just have your guy wrestling one of your guys again for the title. So
I mean, that's the way it's been so far.
I know.
Big E, Bobby Lashley, and Sting. Have been our competitors so far.
And all three of them have been your guys, no doubt.
You did have the mid card championship, but then we had to, name a new
Right.
one because
Yeah.
we took him off the game.
So they did take him off the game. Matt Riddle was removed from the game. Kind of fall from grace. There's a guy I hope, I don't know what's going on. I hope he gets it together. I don't even know if it's falling apart, but I mean, or fell apart. But I mean, I hope that he gets back to the main screen on my TV somewhere. I like Matt Riddle, either in WWE or AEW. I mean,
I'll never forget that one promo he had with Asuka.
uh-huh.
Hey, Asuka, you know, I forgot what I was going to say. And then he just scoots away.
I
Like, was that the planned segment there? I'd really, you know what? I actually don't want to know. I don't want to know if that's what his line was or if he forgot his line and so he said that and they were like,
right.
like the backstage promo stuff that isn't done live, is it?
That's a good question. That I honestly don't know. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a $1 billion company, and so I'm sure they can edit anything. They make movies for Christ's sakes. But man, that would seem like some. I mean, that's a lot of severe, or that's a lot of advanced editing to take the live matches that you're having in front of a crowd and then edit in the pre-recorded backstage stuff or promo segments you did before and have it all look like. Don't get me wrong, they're a $1 billion corporation with
Well, they
tons
do
of
that with
production
video
budget, so
packages. So
yeah, they
wouldn't
do. I
backstage
guess they do.
segments?
I mean, I suppose it's possible. I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I honestly don't know. Oh, Mankind getting out of a submission hold there by Chris. Chris around the horn, got him in like a headlock, almost a guillotine for a second. Mankind fighting out. Mankind about to draw snake eyes in the corner. Mankind, okay, Mankind out of the rope and back inside. That was odd. I don't know why he went out for a second and came right back in, but
I think I'm gonna have to watch that clip again of him forgetting his line though. Like I remember how funny I found it when it first happened. I think it'd still be funny rewatching it, you know.
yeah. I mean, as a stoner, I'm not necessarily huge on the stigma of like the burnt out stupid stoner, which is sometimes what they did with them. At the same time, like I'm also here for almost anybody that advocates smoking pot and is like, that kind of person on TV and then that. So I'm torn. Like,
Well, it's not like he did something like tremendously stupid. He was just I
no, no,
forgot
no.
what I
I
was
mean,
gonna
but
say, and like
right now, but just in general,
people
that
do that
he
without
kind of
even
had like
smoking.
he kind of had that Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High kind of air to him a little bit,
Oh yeah.
which is kind of how they always present stoners to a certain extent. Like, so
I mean, that's better than the way that they presented Matthew McConaughey and Dazed and Confused, right?
yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, or how they could present them like how they did in Reefer Madness in the '50s. I mean, no doubt about it. It's just interesting. It's funny, you could when you especially wrestling is always seems to be you can see in a lot of the characters kind of like the weird stereotypes we have as a society about people and things. Like they're always magnified to the umpteenth, in wrestling. It's always weird. And they seem to mirror society a lot. So
Mankind had went for the mandible claw, but it wasn't
yeah,
enough to put the match
it was
away.
not. It was not. Chris got out. They've been exchanging. There's been many more submission holds in this match than there were in the first match between Ospreay and Danielson. I felt like they were more offensive, less submission minded until they wore each other out. Whereas these guys have been going for a lot of submissions back and forth. There's Boston Crab in the middle of the ring. Oh, and Mankind taps out. So Chris Benoit advances. Unfortunately, Sammy Joe's last competitor is out of the Tapper Snap tournament, which means at least I'm guaranteed a title shot to one of my guys, Chris Benoit and or Bryan Danielson, we will now have the finals match
Oh,
coming up in just a second here.
I know who I'm rooting for.
I would apologize, but you beat me pretty regularly, and your guys pretty regularly win. So, and I'm not feeling too bad at the moment about the fact that I got two of my guys in the finals, and I'm guaranteed at least a title shot down the road here.
My GM
As what was I going to say? I'm trying to remember how many. I mean, this is our thing, and we've done this, but it's been a while since we've been on, and my memory's terrible, so I don't want to sound too much like an idiot. But how many has Sting defended the title? At least once, if I'm not mistaken.
no,
Right? I honestly don't remember.
he won the title, and then we started this tournament.
Okay, so he hasn't actually defended it yet. This will, in theory, if the winner of this wants to challenge for that title, this will be his first challenger. Okay. Cody's had a couple successful title defenses. At least one against, wasn't it Dominic? Yeah.
Yes,
I feel like he might have defended it twice, though, since having it. Don't remember who the other one was, so maybe I'm making that up in my head. But
he might have. I'm struggling to remember who it would have been.
I mean, I remember distinctly Dominic, so I know that for sure because that was at it was either at the Great ALW Bash or Summer Sammy, one or the other.
Yes.
But he defended against Dominic. Danielson. Yes, kicks. I know that you don't really care because neither of them are your guy, but do you have a preference who you'd rather see wrestle Sting?
I said before, I know who I'm rooting for.
Danielson.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this is going to be the face of Enter the Square Circle, so.
This is true.
Well, potentially they have to beat Sting first.
That's true. They do.
Or they could go after Cody Rhodes.
They could. I'm torn. I feel like I don't know. I don't know who's more beatable. Like I'm guaranteed a shot, so I need to pick wisely. The question is, who's more beatable, Cody or Sting? I guess it kind of depends maybe on who wins this match, since these guys aren't rated equally, and they definitely have different skills. So,
I would say skill-wise, I'd probably do Danielson versus Cody and Benoit versus Sting.
Yeah. There are a lot of similarities in my mind between Benoit and Danielson. I feel like,
smaller,
in some respects,
they're from the north.
Yeah, and just super hyper technical wrestlers, and but also, I mean, Benoit wasn't the greatest talker. I think Danielson's probably a little bit better, but not. I mean, Benoit wasn't terrible.
They got a lot of
You know,
grit. They've both took a lot of damage to their heads.
yeah. I mean, it feels like they it almost feels like Danielson to me feels like the evolution of Chris Benoit. Like if you're looking at an evolutionary like ladder of wrestling, like it
Evolution is a mystery.
you got Benoit kind of first, and then Danielson came along and took what he did and made it better and kind of mastered it, perfected it to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's debatable whether Osprey's coming along and maybe even doing perfecting what Danielson did to a certain extent. I mean,
Yeah,
there are a few things that Osprey does that Danielson can't do or didn't do. I don't want to say can't do, but didn't do. Danielson doesn't never had the high flying offense that Osprey has.
and
I'm
I'd
sure he
also
has
say
the ability
Osprey
to
has
do
more
it.
strength than Danielson had
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah, he's a bigger man. I mean, he's taller and bigger all the way around, no doubt about it. So yeah,
So like that's kind of crazy. Of like stronger, faster, more agility, dexterity. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like and he's able to be as technical as
yeah,
Danielson too,
yep,
and show as much grit as Danielson does.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's why
what
it's
is
hard to
Osprey
argue.
missing?
Not, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, nothing. And his promo work is getting better all the time. I wish, I wish his voice was a little less gravelly and a little easier to understand at times. Between the deepness and the graveliness of it and the accent, sometimes it's a little hard to understand the specific words he's saying in his promos, especially as he gets louder and more riled up. But that's a nitpick. I mean,
Oh,
that's a very
like what Drew did.
nitpicky thing. Yeah,
Like, because like people have asked Drew, is like, was this your accent growing up? And it was like, no, I had to work for this. Like, I had to
yeah,
make it to
yeah,
where it's more understandable for
exactly.
international
Yeah,
audiences.
yeah. And unfortunately, Will Ospreay has a deep, raspy voice. It almost sounds like he has like metal in his mouth when he's talking. It's just like and so and the more he gets fired up, the raspier and gravelier it gets. So that makes it hard to hear sometimes, just in general. But then the combination of the accent too. If you had one or the other, it would probably be fine. But the combination of both sometimes can make it a little hard to decipher exactly what he's saying. But again, that's a very nitpicky thing. So. But his promo work
I
is getting better in AEW. I mean, he's what, 26,
no,
27? How old is he? I mean,
probably like
4?
31.
Oh, he's that old already. Oh, wow. I didn't realize he was that old already.
He might be 30, but he's around there.
I guess in hindsight, now that I'm thinking about it in my head, he has been around longer than you think he has been when
He's
it
about
boils
the
down
same
to it.
age as like a Darby Allin,
Yeah.
which also most people probably wouldn't realize. Oh, Darby Allin's that old now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But, he's still getting better. And that's one of the things that makes him great is that, I think he's always trying to work to get better. And he's still growing and getting better all the time. So,
Oh,
but yeah, no, I mean,
a he's a dude who has changed his style because before, like, he was a really skinny guy and he couldn't do the power moves. He couldn't do
right.
stuff like
Yeah.
tiger drivers and stuff to certain people.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but by doing that, he had also lost some of his high flying. Like, he's not able to do as much flips as he once was. He can still flip, but he's
Right.
not able
Right.
to flip as much as he used to be able to.
Yeah. Yep. But no, I mean, at this point in time, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, when you talk about basically the perfect package, I mean, I don't really see any flaws. I mean, there's nothing and I can't even remember the last bad match he's had, or ever that I've seen. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a bad
I,
Will Ospreay match,
I
and
think
all
that's
of
the
them have
big
been to the
thing.
point where it's like all of these could be. I mean, almost every Will Ospreay match could be a match of the year candidate. Almost. I mean,
Hmm.
And when you're looking at match of the year candidates, like I'm getting ready to start thinking about horsey stuff, and one of the categories is match of the year. I mean, they're the matches of the year, like 5 of them that in my mind are all Will Ospreay matches. Like,
Oh, did you write up the list, or did I need
I
to
mean,
do that?
I kind of did, but I don't know if it's exhaustive. I got best men's and women's singles wrestler. I got best men's and women's tag team, match of the year, pay per view of the year, breakout superstar, which would be somebody that just, obviously like this was their year and they haven't in the past. And then rookie of the year, which would be different. That would specifically be like a young guy that's basically, or a young person that's in his first year, their first year essentially. And then best promoter slash booker. I don't know if I mean, there's really only 2 big candidates. I mean, I suppose you can talk about TNA, but Scott D'Amore left halfway through the year. I mean, no one's really going to suggest MLW. I mean, really, that one boils down to Tony Khan and Triple H. I think what it really boils down to. I guess you could say Sean for NXT. I mean, even that's, I don't know
You
how
can
much
also
Triple
name
H
the
heavy
dude
that is or
from
not, but
Marigold, but like also that company's only been around for half the year. So like, would you
I
really
mean, you
pick
could
him
have
if it's only
Gato
been
in your
around for
list.
half the year?
Yeah, you could have Gato from New Japan on your list, but we don't. I mean, I don't know that people watch or that we watch enough as a group, workhorse people, to make a fair. I know Anika doesn't really watch New Japan, and I haven't watched it in a while. I'll be honest with you. It's been a while since I've watched New Japan. Actually, at this point, it's probably been several months since I've watched a New Japan show. Um, so I don't know, but yeah, I mean, so it's probably boiled down to Tony Khan and Triple H. But so those were the categories I had. Was there anything you think I missed, or that you wanted just to add or think to add?
Oh, um,
And it's already had
tag
like 10
teams,
categories. So, huh?
tag teams.
I did. I got men's and women's tag teams.
Oh, okay.
I got singles. Oh, Brian Danielson submits Chris Benoit. And Brian Danielson is your winner of the tap, or well, my winner, our winner of the tap or snap tournament. Big win for Danielson. I like it. I like it. I like Benoit a lot, so I mean, at this point, I didn't really have a preference, but Danielson versus either Cody or Sting, I'm here for that. I'm definitely here for that. Now I got to give it some thought on who I think he's the best matchup
Um,
against,
did
and we'll
you
have to.
label as to what we choose 3 from and what we choose 1 from?
What do you mean?
Well, I know that for some categories we'd name like
Oh
for
no,
top male
I
wrestler of the year, we'd name 3 of them. We wouldn't just
I
name.
hadn't yet. I figured that what I would do is we would put this out, and since there's 4, and maybe hopefully we can get Dolores and maybe even Jay News if he's willing, as many as 6. Just put one for each of us. Just put one down, and then we sit with like, in theory, we should have 4 options if each of us put one at minimum. So, and then we can kind of go from there, like we like to do with the consensus. Basically,
Yes.
we'd each nominate one person, I guess, and then that would give us like 4 nominations, and then come to a consensus, whatever.
Uh,
I
I
think it's
mean,
easier than if we each nominate, like, if we nominate 3 people for men's each, we're talking about what, 12 people, and then we have to whittle it down to one. Like,
well,
that's a
then
lot.
we have
So,
multiple people on multiple lists, and it's not just us arguing back and forth. We actually have facts backing us of like, it should be this dude. It's my number 2 person, but like, it's your number 2 and it's your number 3, so
yeah.
he
I
should
mean,
be
yeah.
minimum number 2, possibly number 1, and then we just
I mean,
go in from there.
yeah. I mean, I
Otherwise, it's
suppose
just all of
we
us arguing for our own dude.
yeah, to a certain extent, that's probably true. I guess we could talk about it a little bit more off the air, but yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out. But either way, so that gives us a winner of our tap or snap tournament and brings us to an end of this episode of Enter the Square Circle.
Let
Thank
us
you for
know which champion they will be challenging at your own discretion. ALW.
Yeah, and let us know in the chat or in the let us know. I'll put a poll on Facebook and ask you guys which champion you would prefer to see Brian Danielson face, Cody Rhodes or I'll make sure she's
Sting.
Sting or Cody Rhodes or Sting, and I'll put it up today, and I'll give you guys like a week to answer. So, and then we'll figure it out from there, and we'll go from there. I think that our next foray will probably be a little bit of a break from wrestling for a minute, and we're probably going to do Madden. Hopefully next Sunday would be our hope. Would be maybe the season opener if we can get it together. So make sure and try and join us for that. Like I said, the best way though to make sure that you know when we go live is to have that hit that
Well,
notification button on that bell on YouTube, and that will make sure that you get
I actually
notified.
wanted to talk to you about that. Should we
Well, we can do
hold
it right
off?
off.
Should
Yeah,
we do Survivor Series next week?
we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. We could do Survivor Series next week and then start. I mean, my only concern is just if we want to be, kind of concurrent with the NFL season, where the season is ticking away and we haven't started yet. We're in like week 10 almost. So I mean, but again,
But
there's also 8 more weeks. So
but
so
also Survivor Series is coming up soon, and if we're going to be doing
that's
an
true.
entire Madden series, then
It absolutely is. That's correct. So I guess we could do Survivor Series before then, since Thanksgiving is coming up, and then do Madden after that. So yeah, we can decide that off the air for sure, one way or the other, and then we'll let you guys know during the week. I'll post something on Instagram and Facebook and X as to what our plans are for next Sunday. But we'll plan to be here either way. There should be something here for your gaming pleasure next Sunday at 8 or 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. That is under the square circle, which is what we're here for now. Hopefully every Sunday. On Tuesdays, we're here for the cookout. Every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, where we all come together and talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling. I'm hoping that this Monday will be the first episode of the Lucha Underground watch long. We'll see if we can get that to work. If not, we'll have some other stuff going on, and that'll be the following week. But just make sure and tune in and find out with all of us. So then we're here Friday night for Friday Night Fights. Anika and Sammy Joe always watch SmackDown and Rampage starting at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern with SmackDown. Going to the end of Rampage, giving you their live reactions and opinions in real time. Then Saturday mornings, we're here for the Winner Circle. Myself, Anika, and Sammy Joe review Monday Night Raw, NXT, and AEW Dynamite and pick our favorite shows or pick our favorite show for the week. That's at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern every Saturday morning. And then Saturday nights, which has been a little hit or miss. Sorry we weren't here last night, but things happen. Cards always subject to change. Saturday night is All Right, our live Collision watch long starting at 5 p.m. Pacific with Collision, 8 p.m. Eastern. So join us for that. Like I said, the best way to make sure that you get notified is to have that bell on YouTube selected, and you will get a notification about when we're about to put something out. So, unless you got anything else to say to the people at this point, we will get out of here for now. Until next time, peace.